YouTube, what is good? This week's little vlog, we go and do some crazy Halloween stuff. So we will be starting with cutting the pumpkin, and then I will show you around in the set decor. So let's jump straight into it.
Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely.
So you've just witnessed one of the Halloween shoots we did. We already did 2 of them. Well, it's October, so yeah, that's Halloween. And this one was done with a pumpkin on top of the model's head. Now, one thing I forgot to record is actually the shoot itself, because it's not easy to take pictures and record yourself. So if you're a videographer or anything like that, just get in touch and we might be able to come up with something. Now back to the little footage from the Halloween shoot. So we first started out with carving the pumpkin. Now this is not so easy. It looks easy, but once you get to start with it, it's really a mess, and it's pretty annoying to actually get a head inside of a pumpkin. So the first thing we did was saw it open with a saw. Now once it's open, we started with a spoon cutting everything out. And when everything was out of it, it's just like scraping the edges, but just make sure that the thing on top doesn't get broken. And you don't want to cut it too thin, because yeah, it might break then. Now we didn't carve the eyes and the mouth in the beginning, so we waited a bit. And then when the model arrived, the first thing we did was first check if the pumpkin actually goes over the head of the model. And then when that was done, we did with a toothpick, we pointed a little hole in it, and then we decided where to cut the eyes and the mouth. Now, the idea was not to have the eyes be visible, but just to have her see something, because yeah, it's still dangerous when you got a pumpkin on your head and you're not able to move freely. So that's one of the things. And then for the decor, we constructed 4 wooden backdrops, which we connected together so we can actually make half of an octagonal, I don't know the word, but it's the points we have. You will see it, you've seen it in the end of previous footage, where you see the little branches from outside, which have been outside for quite a while. That's why there are little mushrooms on the branches. And then we used the typical Halloween spider cloth and we placed it all over the scene. We put in some little spiders and that's it. Then for the shoot itself, we used, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 lights. The first one was the deep octa with grid to focus the light beam on the model. And on top of that, we used a beauty dish behind the model, because when you use smoke, you have to have light go through the smoke to see it on a picture. Otherwise, you don't get white smoke. You get some sort of grayish smoke, which is not so nice. So yeah, one beauty dish behind the model to give some hair light and to create some depth in the smoke. Another deep octa coming from the right, going direction the model, but a little bit feathered, because we don't want too much light hitting the backdrop. And then on the other side, I remember now, we placed a 3rd strobe, which was also necessary to create some depth in the images. Now, because the pumpkin didn't stay steady on the model's head, she had to keep it whole, she had to keep it steady all the time, which was not easy at all, because when she moves, she doesn't see a lot. And one of the strange things is, like, she can be straight, but then when the pumpkin head is turned but she still sees me, she doesn't know that the pumpkin head is in a strange direction. So that's one of the things we had to keep in mind. But yeah, that's it for this one. And then yeah, I'll see you in the next segment. Well, you just witnessed another Halloween shoot, which was done last week with an entire Dutch team. So they came from the Netherlands, and then we decided up front what we wanted to do. So the makeup was done with the idea to compete in a contest for a makeup artist. Then the entire set was pretty easy. It was just like the black corner, which I mentioned in the previous piece. And then for the lighting, it was not so strange. It was just one main light, which was the deep octa with grid. We had a strip box to fill in some lights on the face. And then as an accent light, we had the beauty dish behind the entire construction to give some halo. Also, we used smoke. So again, if you remember the previous segment, when you want to see smoke in the image, you have to put light through it. Otherwise, you won't see it. So, and then combine all those things together. So the smoke, the strobes, the model, the makeup, the clothes, everything together, and then you get the images you have seen just before. So it's something difficult. The most annoying part was getting the lenses in, because yeah, when you are a model and you're not used to carry lenses in the eyes, it's pretty hard to get things in and get them on the right spot. They were not lenses which cover the entire eyelid, but just like the little round thing, I don't know the word in English. But yeah, getting them right in the middle is pretty hard. Also, when the model has it in, her view got a little bit fuzzy, so nothing in focus. So also keep in mind, when the model gets an allergic reaction or the eyes get irritated pretty quickly, they turn red. So you want to do the shoot pretty quick so you don't have any issues later on, to prevent the model having problems with the eyes. So yeah, that was it. Now, nothing more to tell you actually. This is in a different lighting setup because I look pretty bright as it looks now. So I'm curious if this works or not. Again, recording this entire vlog on my Fuji with the X-T3 combined with Rode mic. Now, some segments from the behind the scenes footage are recorded with the Canon, with this little baby. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, the segments I'm talking to you guys and girls is recorded with the Fujifilm with manual focus with a 12mm. So yeah, hope you had something from this little video. If not, let me know below. If you liked it, give me some likes, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get a notification each time a new video is up and running. So thanks again for watching, and then I'll see you when I see you. Ciao, ciao.